In the headlines, authorities say no life lost in Lagos building collapse. Former SGF Babachir Lawal rejects APC Muslim ticket, asks Buhari to revoke Shatima's nomination. Nigerian businesses turn to solar as diesel costs bite. And away from Nigeria, Sri Lanka declares state of emergency hours after president flees for Maldives. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ila. Thank you for joining. Now the details. Authorities in Lagos say no life was lost after a two-story building has collapsed in the Palm Grove area of Lagos State on Wednesday. Public Relations Officer of the National Emergency Management Agency in the Southwest region, Ibrahim Farinloye, who confirmed the incident, said the building was still in use before it crashed at about 12 midnight. Farinloye said that the 4 families who were in the building as at the time of the incident escaped to safety. Also speaking, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency said that the building has been cordoned off and Wednesday's incident is the latest in the chains of building collapses recorded in Lagos as the government works to stop the trend. The Jigawa State Police Command on Wednesday said its operatives have arrested a suspected drug dealer identified as Mahdi Salisu, 33, of Taura town, alongside 9 suspected criminals following a raid on criminal hideouts and black spots at Ungwar Gabas in Taura local government area of the state. The command's spokesperson, DSP Shisu Adam, in a statement said that intelligence gathering led to the arrest of the drug dealer. The statement further said that operatives found 102 wraps and some dried leaves in a nylon bag suspected to be Indian hemp in his possession. The statement said that the suspect will be charged to court at the end of investigation. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Jigawa State Police Command, CP Aliu Tafida, noted that raids on criminal hideouts and black spots will continue in the entire state. Kaduna-based newspaper publisher Tukur Mamu says no money was paid through him as ransom to secure the release of the 7 victims of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack. The Kaduna-based publisher, who has been at the forefront of negotiations with the terrorists to secure the release of the victims, said 11 were earlier released through his efforts and that of security agencies. The report.
After the attack of the AK-9 Kaduna-Abuja train, many people were abducted by the terrorists, while some killed. The Kaduna-based publisher Tukur Mamu, who has been in the forefront of the negotiation with the terrorists to secure the release of these victims, 11 were earlier released through his effort and the security agencies. Though Mamu announced his withdrawal from the negotiation, but he facilitated the release of the recent 7 victims. He says the media report that 700 million was paid as ransom to release the victims was unfounded.
The claim that the sum of 800 million naira was paid, I think it is unfounded as far as I'm concerned. I gave my own car that went to the forest. I was there even though I didn't enter that place. And the people that were rescued, they can bear testimony if there is money that was given or not.
When asked about the fate of the remaining victims who are still in the custody of the terrorists, he says nobody can determine when they will be released.
What I'm encouraging the government is that I have succeeded in opening a door that hitherto is not there. So they should explore this means as a responsible government and ensure the release of these innocent victims as soon as possible. It is something that I repeated that can be done within 1, 2, 3 days. It is something that can be done. That is why I even told them that if you people cannot do it, give me the mandate, give me the go-ahead, give me the support. I will take responsibility if I did not succeed.
While attributing his withdrawal from the negotiations to threat from some quarters, said that the 7 victims recently rescued from the hands of the terrorists confirmed that members of the terrorist group escaped after the Kuje prison attack arrived the forest before their release.
Some of them threatening you, because to some extent what we are achieving is exposing the ineptitude of some of them. What we are achieving is exposing the incapacity of some of them. So I'm the first person that alerted the nation after this jailbreak that the same people that attacked the train are the same people that went to Kuje and freed their people. They are the same people. And this has been confirmed by the 7 victims that we succeeded in rescuing. They said even before they left that place, virtually all of them that were released in Kuje are there in the bush. They have confirmed.
With the withdrawal of Mahmoud from the negotiation with terrorists, relatives of the abductees are now left searching options.
And on political matters, former Secretary General to the government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, has rejected Senator Kashim Shettima as the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the 2023 elections. In a statement on Tuesday night, Babachir, who had been a vocal supporter of Tinubu, condemned the action of the presidential candidate and urged President Muhammadu Buhari to exercise his powers as the commander-in-chief and asked the APC leader to revoke Shettima's nomination. He also said that Tinubu must also be told that there will be consequences for this choice, as some Christians will revolt against the APC, and this will put the chances of his election in serious jeopardy. In a similar reaction, the senatorial candidate for Nasarawa South Senatorial Zone of the People's Democratic Party, Muhammad Ogoshe Now, has decried the decision taken by the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, to run on a Muslim-Muslim ticket, saying it is insensitive to the existence of the different ethnic groups in the nation. The former House of Representatives member stated this in an interview with Trans TV in Lafia, the state capital, on Tuesday. He said although Tinubu has the right to choose whoever he sees as capable of ensuring victory for the ticket, the decision was, however, divisive and capable of further dividing the country along religious lines.
Inasmuch as somebody will want to argue that it's not the religion that matters, it's the quality of the people that are going to be put forward to serve the country. But we must know the workings. We must think that God did not put us together for nothing. In a family today, you'll find Muslims, Christians sharing the same mother and father. And they should not be discriminated against because they are not of the same faith with us.
Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission on Tuesday said it has completed 12 out of 14 activities on the election timetable. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu disclosed this in Oshogbo, the state capital, at a stakeholders meeting attended by the Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba, the OD of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan, as well as governorship candidates and representatives of political parties in the state. Hamid Oyegbadi files in this report as presented from our studio.
The Osun State governorship election will hold on Saturday, July 16th. It is the last major off-cycle election before the 2023 general election, which is just 227 days away. Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Mahmoud Yakubu, says necessary arrangements have been put in place to ensure a successful poll in the state this weekend. The INEC chairman said the only two outstanding activities are the last day of campaign by political parties, which ends at midnight on Thursday, 14th of July 2022, and the election day activities on Saturday, 16th July 2022. While assuring residents that the election will be free and fair, he called on the people of the state to play their part to make the entire process successful.
And specifically in sections 121, 126, and 127, there are specific penalties dealing with bribery, conspiracy, dealing with electoral offences on election day, and dealing with undue influence. and each of these sections, 121, 126, 127, prescribe punishment ranging from fines to terms of imprisonment or both.
The Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, said necessary arrangements have been put in place to ensure adequate security in the state throughout the election period.
I also wish to assure that the personnel of the Nigeria Police Force and indeed all other security agencies that have been mobilized to complement the police shall remain impartial, calm, and professional in the exercise of our statutory duties as provided for in the Electoral Act as amended and other enabling laws.
The Onyobife, Oba Adeyeye Enito Ogunwusi, warned politicians and their supporters against electoral violence to ensure a peaceful exercise.
You are not greater than a show. You are not greater than the state. The state is greater than you. Anything that is greater than you, there is a limit that you can do. Please, we are praying and begging and appealing to all of you, do not incite the youth of our very peaceful state. Do not use every means of desperation that you want to get there by all means. Let us leave everything to God Almighty. People know what is right, they have a sense of right and wrong in terms of what they want to do, in terms of who they want to support. Let us leave everything to the people, let us leave everything to the electorate, and let us leave everything to God Almighty.
President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday in Daura had an emotional reunion with his primary and secondary school mates who came to pay homage to him as part of Salah celebrations. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media, Garba Shehu, says that the President inquired about each individual's well-being, their health and well-being of their family members. They prayed for the repose of those who have died between last year when they last met and this year. The leader of the class association, Senator Abba Ali, commended the sacrifices the President had been making for the nation and urged him to remain focused. They later presented a gift to the President and joined him in a memorable group photograph. The Uja of Anaguta and paramount ruler of Jos North local government area of Plateau State, Johnson Joro Magaji, has urged Muslims in Jos to continue to live in peace with their Christian counterparts in order to foster unity among them. The monarch, who stated this on Monday when the Jos Muslim community paid him a Salah homage, said all communities, irrespective of ethno-religious background, must tolerate one another for peace to reign. The royal father, while commending the Muslim community for ensuring a peaceful Salah celebration, said that he has received information from security agencies and other stakeholders that the community leaders had preached peace in the build-up to the celebration. Earlier in his remarks, the Makaman Jos, Sani Muazu, who spoke on behalf of the Muslim community, said that the homage was a tradition inherited by their forefathers that helps to strengthen the relationship between Muslim and Christian communities.
Peace is a gathering of honor to pay the homage to the traditional council or the Uja of Anaguta, Jos, who is the president, Jos Joint Traditional Council. And the gathering is very significant to the history of this palace and Jos North local government and Plateau State as a whole.
Well, it's a tradition. This is not the first time we're starting this. It's been, with us from our foreparents. We got it from our predecessors. It is normal in tradition that immediately after Salah, you go to the first-class traditional ruler and report to the first-class traditional ruler the situation, of the Salah. If it is peaceful, like the one we just had, you report to your leader that it was peaceful. If there are issues, you tell your leader that there are issues. But alhamdulillah, this Salah happened peacefully, so we are reporting a peaceful report.
You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up after the break. Concerns over rising population in Nigeria. Details and more shortly. Join us again. Thanks for staying. Here's a reminder of our top stories. Authorities say no life lost in Lagos building collapse. Former SGF Babachir Lawal rejects APC Muslim ticket as Buhari asks Buhari to revoke Shetima's nomination. In other news, Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 357 new cases of COVID-19 amid the wave of fresh infections resurging in parts of the country. In a tweet on Tuesday, the NCDC said the fresh infections were confirmed between July 9th and 11th. This brings the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 258,874 since the first COVID-19 case was reported in late February 2020. Of the confirmed cases, 250,456 people have been discharged, while the number of those who died from complications relating to the disease stands at 3,144. These cases were reported in 5 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Zamfara State government worries over children under 5 infected with hepatitis B. The Executive Secretary, State Primary Health Care Board, Dr. Ismail Tukur, made this known during an awareness campaign on the disease targeting the 14 local government areas of the state.
The Executive Secretary, Zamfara State Primary Health Care Board, Dr. Ismail Tukur, disclosed that there are 19 million cases of hepatitis B in Nigeria. It is against this background that the Zamfara State government is conducting free screening exercise and creating awareness to residents of the state on prevention against the disease in the 14 local government areas of the state. He said the idea is to identify those with hepatitis B and prevent it from spreading further. Dr. Tukur explained that the source of transmission of hepatitis is vertical, from mothers to children. It is for this reason and other reasons he said they are targeting women of childbearing age, adding that the state government is offering free screening exercise and vaccination to guard against the spread. He advised women to ensure they deliver their babies at health facilities so that after 24 hours the baby can receive the hepatitis B vaccination, which efficacy is between 80 to 90%.
What is actually happening is implementation of baby show and also awareness creation on hepatitis B vaccination and also screening of hepatitis B. So, and if you look carefully, you find out that we are also integrating all other services like nutrition, routine immunization, COVID-19 vaccination, childbirth spacing activities, and all other basic services that are being provided. So this is the aim, to integrate services and also ensure that they are being delivered in an integrated manner.
The executive secretary said the board is carrying out integrated services such as baby shower, nutrition, routine immunization, COVID-19 vaccine, screening and awareness creation on hepatitis, among other things.
In preparation for the first fully digital census in 2023, the National Population Commission will commence its trial census on Wednesday in Anambra State. Federal Commissioner representing Anambra State, Chidi Ezioke, said that the exercise will take place in all the 7 designated towns, including Akuku, Akwa Etiti, Alo, Nokwa, Nobi, Oba, and Ojoto in Idemili South local government area of the state. Ezioke further disclosed that the commission has trained 1,146 enumerators and local government supervisors to conduct the exercise in the above-mentioned local government areas of the state. He explained that the exercise will avail the Commission of opportunity to test all aspects of census operations from planning to implementation, logistics arrangement and management, questionnaire as design and format training procedures. Meanwhile, experts have warned that the current population growth rate has consequences if not speedily addressed. This comes as reports indicate that Nigeria's population will hit 216 million by November. A cross-section of respondents in Abuja expressed concerns over the rate of the population growth. Musa Luka reports.
Population is one of the human factors to be celebrated in the society. Any society that fails to grow in population is at risk of extinction. This gave rise to nations to track down their population growth to harness their social realities. But in most cases, with high population, there is expectation of great human capital, higher economic growth, and production capacity, among others. In Nigeria, census was conducted in 2006, marking Nigeria's population to 143 million. From 2006 to date, there is an increase with 73 million, marking Nigeria's population to be 216 million, making the country the 6th most populous country in the world. However, experts have warned that the current population growth has consequences if not speedily addressed. They said there is need for government and all stakeholders to take urgent measures to address the situation. Abuja residents expressed irritation with the government's inability to harness the population for national development.
It's supposed to be a blessing, but we fail to utilize the number. Because, for example, in China today, anything produced in China, if you own a company in China, first of all, you are sure of the markets in your country because the population is there. But in Nigeria here, where the government failed to educate the citizen, many of us are not employed. Many of us are not educated. So, in other words, the population now become a cause, because if you check what is happening in the country today, is the insecurity, the hunger, this is linked to the high population that government failed to plan for.
Nigerian population, instead of being a blessing, is a curse to Nigeria because the government have failed to prepare for the incoming population and hereby making the population to be a curse to Nigeria.
The number of people is always a blessing. Singleness does not fight a war, whether it is poverty or military or banditry or terrorism. I think it's good, it's population to invest. But then we must inject adequate, sufficient guideline to maintain life, housing, where to live, and then the job to do, yes, and then what to eat. This is the something of life.
Musa Luka, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Nigeria's solar companies are seeing a surge in demand for mini-grids and equipment as businesses in Africa's biggest oil producer look for alternative power sources after the cost of diesel soared locally due to rising global oil prices. According to Reuters, supply constraints could hamper solar companies' ability to capitalize on the trend, with some saying that they have begun to turn away customers because they are unable to meet demand. Nigeria, Africa's largest economy with a population of more than 200 million people, has installed electricity capacity of 12,500 megawatts, but the national grid only provides 4,000 megawatts at peak, leaving businesses and citizens heavily reliant on diesel-powered generators. Away from Nigeria, Sri Lanka has declared a nationwide state of emergency on Wednesday, hours after President Gotabaya Rajapaksa fled the country. A statement by the Prime Minister's office said that the emergency is declared to deal with the situation in the country. Thousands of protesters demanding that the Prime Minister also step down rallied outside his office compound, and some scaled the walls as the crowd roared its support, waving Sri Lanka flags and tossing water bottles to those heading inside. Sri Lanka's embattled President Rajapaksa flew out of the country to the Maldives early Wednesday in a probable prelude to his resignation after months of widespread protest against the island nation's worst ever economic crisis. And in sports news, the Executive Committee of Confederation of Africa Football is considering postponing match day 3 and 4 of 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The qualifiers kicked off in June with match day 1 and 2 fixtures decided before the football governing body in Africa officially announced the postponement of the competition from July of 2023 to January, February 2024 due to the climatic conditions of Côte d'Ivoire. CAF Exco members are considering the shift in the qualifiers to allow the 5 countries that will represent Africa at 2022 World Cup in Qatar have adequate preparations. AFCON qualifiers, day 3 and 4, were scheduled for September 5th and 6th, while day 5 and 6 are billed for March 2024. And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. Watch more via all our social media platforms, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.